Welcome back, everybody. In today's video, we're going to make a really delicious, smoky modern classic that may not make your cold any better, but it will make you feel better, and that is the penicillin. So we're going to talk about the cocktail family that the penicillin lives inside of. We're going to make the penicillin, and stay tuned to the very end because we're going to use that cocktail family structure to make our own fun twist on this modern classic cocktail. Hi everybody, Chris from A Bar Above. I'm a 15-year veteran of the industry and somebody that loves delicious drinks. Now, when we talk about the penicillin, we are talking about a modern classic cocktail that lives squarely in the sour family, probably one of the most famous cocktail families that we've talked about up to this point. And the hallmark of it is we're using fruit acid to balance out the sweetness of the drink. And the template is going to be a base spirit, acid, and sweetener. Now, the penicillin is a very advanced version of that basic template, but we're going to refer back to that basic template when we go to make our own fun version of the penicillin. And trust me, you're going to want to see what that is later on in this video. But for now, let's go ahead and make the modern classic known as the penicillin. To make this delicious cocktail, we're going to go ahead and start by building everything in our smaller or cheater tin. So we're going to go ahead and start with our whiskey here. Next, we're going to go ahead and use our honey and ginger syrup. And this is where we're going to get a lot of our flavor of this cocktail from. Next, we're going to go ahead and use our acid. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and use lemon juice. And we're going to go ahead and do fresh squeezed juice. And this is one of my favorite tools that we offer here for the simple fact that we can just join these two pieces together and it does the fine straining for you. Perfect. In goes the acid. And now we're just going to simply shake this cocktail. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and add some fresh ice just to make sure that it lasts as long as possible here. Once again, we're going to go ahead and grab that fine strainer, pour it right over the top. The color of this cocktail is absolutely ridiculous. It's so kind of golden. And now this is where kind of that last step of the split base or advanced split base is going to come into play. We're going to use only a 1/4 ounce of a very powerful ingredient. In this case, we're going to use Islay Scotch. Now what this is going to do is add a really intense kind of smoky aroma right on the top, which is definitely a signature of the penicillin. And the reason that we pour it through the bar spoon like this is to slow it down so it sits right on top of the cocktail. If we were simply to dump it right into the drink, it's going to fall right to the bottom. And the last piece is a garnish, and we're simply going to use a piece of candied ginger right in there. And there we have it, the modern classic known as the penicillin. Cheers. Now let's go ahead and taste the penicillin. Cheers. This is such a delicious cocktail. And it's also almost a contradiction in terms. Like, when you think of sour, you think something light and bright and refreshing. This is not that. This is weighty, it's dark, it's got a lot of character, and it's really, really cool. So when we think about the components in here, that base spirit of the whiskey adds a ton of weight to this drink. The lemon is still nice and bright and helps lift this up, but all the other ingredients are a little bit more kind of dense. The honey syrup, the ginger in there, and then that layer of smoke with the iodine and the Islay whiskey. It's a crazy cocktail in the best possible way. But now let's go ahead and use those components that we just talked about and turn this cocktail into something even more interesting and fun. Now, to make our fun version of the penicillin, we're going to go ahead and start the exact same way by using our smaller cheater tin here. We're going to go ahead and build all of our ingredients in here, starting with our whiskey, Japanese whiskey to be more precise. And once again, this is going to add a ton of weight on the palate, as well as some nice character from the base spirit. Next, we're going to go throw you a little bit of a curveball. We're going to incorporate the smoke in form of Raicilla. And this is going to add a lot of weight to the palate as well. If you have not tried Raicilla yet, please pick up a bottle. It is delicious. Now we're going to go ahead and use an agave ginger syrup in place of our standard honey ginger syrup, just to reinforce the flavors of the Raicilla. And once again, we're going to go ahead and grab my favorite tool, the juicer, and add our juice into this cocktail. Once again, we're going to go ahead and ice and shake this drink. There we go. Fine strainer. Once again, you have that beautiful gold color in this cocktail, which I love. And our garnish is the candied ginger right on the side. And there we have it, our fun variation on the penicillin. Cheers. And now let's go ahead and taste our variation on the penicillin. Cheers, everybody. That is delicious. And it's odd to say, but it almost tastes tropical. The agave nectar really ties into that Raicilla, adds a ton of weight and almost a pineapple note, which is kind of crazy. But then you get the layers of the whiskey in there. You get that smoke and the meatiness of the Raicilla. It is a very, very delicious cocktail. Very different from the original, but not that different. They're both delicious drinks. There we have it. We have talked about the family structure of the penicillin. We've made the penicillin, and then we've used that same structure to come up with our own fun variation of that modern classic, which is delicious. Now, this is only one variation among a limitless amount of variations on this modern classic. We want to see what you guys are using. What are you guys creating? What are you guys coming up with on the framework of the penicillin? Put it in the comments below. We cannot wait to see all the delicious cocktails that you guys are creating. Now, if you like videos just like this, hit the subscribe, share it with your friends, because we are on our way to 50,000 subscribers and beyond, and we want you to be part of that journey. So hit the like, subscribe, the bell icon, and you will get notified anytime we release delicious cocktail videos just like this one. Until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your favorite version of the penicillin. Cheers.